Welcome to VLearn. This is session number 5 of Business Intelligence and Tools. In this session, we are going to cover following topics: architecting the data, granularity of the data, data reporting and query tools, data partition, metadata, and TDQM, that is Total Data Quality Management. First of all, granularity of the data. The granularity of a data is just the measure of degree of detail or the precision which is contained in the data. Business domain requires the maximum granularity, which refers to the perfect precision. The data which has the maximum granularity is called an atomic data. Atomic data means जिसके अंदर सबसे ज़्यादा granularity होगी, means वो सबसे ज़्यादा precise होगा, या फिर वहाँ पे जो मेजर ऑफ डिग्री ऑफ डिटेल है वो बहुत ज़्यादा है, तो वो आपका एक एटॉमिक डाटा है, बिकॉज एटम इज़ वर्ड विच कांट ब्रेक इनटू अनदर यूनिट, सो that is atomic data. The granularity of the data can produce either by your raw data or your cooked data. Now, what do you mean by raw data and cooked data? The raw data refers to the detailed record of the business transactions as well as your market intelligence. And the cooked data refers to the कंसोलिडेटेड और डिराइव्ड रिपोर्ट्स ऑफ बिजनेस रिजल्ट्स. कुक्ड मीन जो कि रो डाटा आया था, आपने उसके ऊपर कोई डिटेल्स कंपैरिजन किया मेंटेन करके, फिर एक कुक डाटा को रियलाइज़ किया जिसके ऊपर आप बिजनेस रिजल्ट्स डिफाइन करते हैं. The granularity of the data is an important factor to be considered in the business which involves your data warehousing. The granularity is mentioned in the context of dimensional data structures which involves facts and dimensions. It also refers to the level of details in the fact table of database. Database में आपके एक fact table का concept है और उसके अंदर आपका main जो component होता है that is your granularity. More detail in the fact table, higher the granularity of the data, and that is vice versa. Means if you have higher granularity, then the fact table contains more details. Data to be considered for the granularity characteristics vary from application to application. For an example, an application where the entity is being sorted into categories, the granularity refers either to the large number of narrow categories or small number of broad categories. Means वो application जिसके अंदर आपने जो entities बनाई हैं उनको sort किया है according to their categories. So जो granularity जो आपने यूज़ करी है या तो वो narrow categories पे होंगी या फिर small numbers of broad categories. Second is an application where an group is being divided into your subgroups. The granularity refers to the number of subgroups. कितने ग्रुप्स, एक ग्रुप के कितने सब ग्रुप्स हैं उस पर डिपेंड करता है कि आपके उस टाइम पे granularity कितनी है. Next is an application where the space such as your network of requirements or activities is being craved into manageable chunks. In this, the granularity refers to the size of the chunk. And lastly, an application that requires a lot of measurement to be taken. The granularity refers to the interval in terms of your time or space between the measurements. So these are some applications in which we consider granularity in different ways depending on your applications. Next is data reporting and query tools. In today's challenging marketplace, it is very essential that decision makers throughout an organization have access to your relevant, accurate, and that too timely reports regarding to their operations. Getting the data is the one of the capability of business query tools. The presenting, formatting the data is a meaningful way and we refer it as data reporting. Means जो भी आपका data reporting के अंदर that is your presenting and formatting. आपने कैसे data को present कर रहे हैं, मोर ओवर उसे रिपोर्ट कर फॉर्मेट करके रिपोर्ट कैसे कर रहे हैं. द टर्म क्वेरिंग एंड रिपोर्टिंग कैन बी इंटरचेंज सिंस इन बिजनेस डाटा रिपोर्टिंग एंड योर क्वेरी टूल्स हैव द कैपेबिलिटीज टू गेट डाटा एंड फॉर्मेट it to get your required reports. Data reporting and query tools give the user a power to query complex and that to generate the report repeatedly. So, query tools enables the user to explore the data through user-friendly exploration interface. Means जो query tools हैं वो यूज़र को एक ऐसा इंटरफेस प्रोवाइड करते हैं जिनको यूज़ करके वो easily अपने डाटा को एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हैं. Some of examples are interactive, ad hoc, driven by spontaneous user questions and display lower volumes of data. Example of query tools: spreadsheet, Access and Excel, which is your Microsoft project, Pro Clarity, again Microsoft, and Business Query, that is your business objects. We normally use SAP, and ReportNet, that is Cognos. So these are some examples of query tools. Now comes data reporting tools. Data reporting tools are used to produce the outputs that are stored and reviewed by the user. The reports generated by the data reporting tools are often produced on time schedule such as weekly, monthly, yearly, means किस टाइम शेड्यूल पे आप उस रिपोर्ट को डिलीवर करें, मंथली, वीकली या ईयरली, वो टोटली आपका डिपेंड करता है कि आपने जो डाटा रिपोर्टिंग टूल यूज़ किया है उसने कौन सी रिपोर्ट को जनरेट किया है. Reporting tools are typically less interactive, less ad hoc, report view of data, driven by pre-established user questions and your display moderate volumes of data. As compared to your query tools आपके बहुत interactive tool होते हैं, but reporting tools are less interactive. And same, reporting tools are less ad hoc than your query tools. इन दिस वी हैव रिपोर्ट व्यू ऑफ डाटा. डाटा का हम जो रिपोर्ट व्यू है, क्योंकि डाटा रिपोर्टिंग टूल्स का मेन कंसर्न होता है जो आपने डाटा उसे प्रोवाइड किया है उसको एक रिपोर्ट की फॉर्म में फॉर्मेट करके प्रेजेंट करना. बट जो क्वेरी टूल्स थे उनका वर्क सर सिर्फ उन स्पॉन्टेनियस यूज़र क्वेश्चंस जो कि ड्रिवन बाय उसके बाद जो डाटा आता है उस डाटा को कंसीडर करके क्वेरी टूल्स जो है उनके ऊपर क्वेरी प्लेस्ड करता है. एग्जाम्पल्स ऑफ रिपोर्टिंग टूल्स आर एक्सेस, क्रिस्टल रिपोर्ट्स, Managed Reporting Environment, and your SQL Server 2005 reporting services. There are a number of data reports and query tools vendors in the market, but there are certain specifications on which an organization should concentrate before buying the data report and query tools. And these specifications are, first of all, data source connection capabilities. Means there are two types of source. In general, there are relationship data source and OLAP multidimensional data source. But in today's business, the user requires both the data source. Therefore, a user has to ensure that जो tool आप use कर रहे हैं वो इन दोनों data source की capabilities पे, means वो इन दोनों data source को support करता हो आपका जो data query या data reporting या query tools है. Second specification is scheduling and distribution capabilities. The data reporting and query tool must have scheduling and distributed capabilities to meet the needs of senior executive of your organization and to satisfy their business intelligence needs. For an example, if we consider weekly report, the weekly report can be scheduled to run on every Monday morning and the resulting report can be distributed to your senior executive either by mail or your web applications. But the tool vendors say that the tools can send reports through various interfaces but ensures that it can send through an email as it the basic requirement of an organization. So main scheduling and distribute, कैसे आप अपने डाटा को शेड्यूल करते हैं उस टूल्स के अकॉर्डिंग और उनको जो आपने शेड्यूल किया उन्हें डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कैसे करेंगे. Then there are some security features. Data reporting and query tools are geared to be a number of user. In this case, it is very important to make sure that the person see only what they supposed to see. The security reside at the report level, folder level, column level, row level, or even the individual cell level. So there are certain levels on which the security resides. A tool must have this feature and also it has a security layer that can interact with common corporate login protocols. Next specification is customization. Each one of us spend a lot of time with tinkering some office productivity tool only to make the report or presentation look good. So this way of working is definitely a waste of time, but unfortunately it is necessary task to accomplish. The analysts who spend most of the time on making reports wish to take the report directly out of the reporting tool and place it in the presentation or reports. So जो आपके रिपोर्टिंग टूल्स हैं या फिर क्वेरी टूल्स हैं वो आपको एक ऐसा फॉर्मेट प्रोवाइड करे जिसके अकॉर्डिंग जैसे ही आपको शीट मिली है आप उस शीट को डायरेक्टली प्रेजेंट कर सके, रादर देन कि हमें उसके अंदर अगेन फॉर्मेटिंग करनी पड़े, उसे एक वेल फॉर्म्ड में प्रेजेंटेशन लुक प्रोवाइड करनी हो ताकि हम उसे प्रेजेंट कर सकें. नेक्स्ट इज़ योर export capability. The report produced by your good report tool should be compatible to export it to most common export needs of an organization like in Excel, flat files or your PDF. For Excel, if the situation warrants, the user has to verify the reporting format, not just the data itself, but they has to export it out to the Excel. Last specification is integration with the Microsoft Office environment. Most of the person used to work on Microsoft Office products. So person used to export reports into Excel and perform some additional formatting tasks. Now some reporting tools offer a Microsoft Office like editing environment for users. So all the formatting can be done within the reporting tools itself, and we do not need to export the data into Excel. Data partitioning, a process of logical and physical dividing data into segments, is the process of data partitioning. The data partitioning is very useful in facilitating the efficient and that too effective management of huge relational data warehouse. It also determines the data subjects, data occurrence groups, and data characteristics that are required at each data site. So data partition means data का partition करना. So हम उसे logical, physical अपने data को segments में divide करते हैं, वो भी इस तरीके से कि हमें जो related data है वो एक group में हो और दूसरा related दूसरे group में. The data partition is an orderly process that allocates data to data sites and that is carried out in the same data structure or architecture. Data partitioning is a complex process which has several factors that can affect partitioning strategies. This also affects the design, implementation, and consideration of management in a data warehouse environment. So, for this, we have two approaches which is used to implement a relational data warehouse. One is monolithic approach, and another one is your data partitioning approach. So, first of all, what is monolithic approach? The monolithic approach contains huge fact tables that are difficult to manage. The data partition approach offers various advantages to implement your relational data warehouse, but it is easy to implement and has provide efficient maintenance. The critical data is essential in data warehouse and it should be accommodated in a small database maintenance window which is indispensable. So for this we need a monolithic approach. Then is your data partitioning approach. It serves the need of small database maintenance window which requires in your large business organization. The issue pertaining to the support large database can be solved by using your data partitioning approach where the large data is decomposed smaller partitions and which results in better management. In relational data warehouse business, data partitioning can implement by object partitioning of base tables, clusters and non-cluster indexes and indexes view. Table partitions are just referred by range partitions which are defined by customizable range of data. Next is metadata. Metadata is the data about the data or the information about the information. It describes the other data. It gives information about content of a certain object or an item. Metadata is a structured data that describes, explains, and even locate an information resource which makes it easy to retrieve, यूज़ एंड मैनेज. सो मैटर डाटा के अंदर मेन कंसर्न हमारा होता है जो डाटा हमारे पास है उसके अकॉर्डिंग या उसकी मुझे और भी ज़्यादा इन्फॉर्मेशन चाहिए हो तो वी अप्रोच टू मैटर डाटा. ये आपको टोटली डिस्क्राइब करेगा आपके डाटा के बारे में. नॉर्मली इसके हम यूज़ करते हैं डिस्क्राइब करने के लिए कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ रिसोर्सेज. द टर्म मैटर इज डिराइव्ड फ्रॉम योर ग्रीक वर्ड विच डिनोट्स द नेचर ऑफ द हायर ऑर्डर और आवर मोर फंडामेंटल काइंड. Metadata is differently used in different applications. It is used to refer the machine understandable information in some applications. In general, there are three types of metadata. First is descriptive metadata, means describe करना resources को कि वो कैसे purpose जो application का purpose है उसे serve करते हैं. Purpose can be discovery, identification, any. So this type of metadata includes the elements like your title, author, abstract and keyword जिससे भी ये पता चल सके कि जो रिसोर्स आप यूज़ कर रहे हैं उसको हमने किसने बनाया था और वो किस पर्पस के लिए है. सेकेंड इज स्ट्रक्चरल metadata. Describe or indicates how compound objects are put together. For example, pages are ordered to form a chapter in a book. Last form is administrative metadata. It provides information which helps to manage the resources. It is useful in business application to build business intelligence. An administrative metadata contains two subsets. First is right management metadata, which contains the information that deals with intellectual property rights, and another is preservation metadata, which contains information which is required to archive and preserve the resources. So जो आपके एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव मेटाडाटा है मीन्स ऐसे मेटाडाटा जिनका यूज़ करते हैं हम अपने रिसोर्सेज को मैनेज करने के लिए. इन दिस वी हैव टू सबसेट्स. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल कि हम कैसे अपने डाटा को इंफॉर्मेशन से डील करते हैं बाय जस्ट योर इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स. और मोर ओवर प्रिजर्वेशन मीन्स जो रिसोर्सेज आप यूज़ कर रहे हैं उसे कैसे प्रिजर्व करेंगे. सो देयर आर सर्टेन कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ योर मेटाडाटा रिकॉर्ड्स. फर्स्टली लिमिटेड नंबर ऑफ एलिमेंट्स शुड बी देयर. The name of each element should be specified and that to the meaning of each element is known. So these are some characteristics of metadata records. There are many ways in which the metadata can be deployed. It can be embedded in a web page by creating using meta tag which is in HTML coding. HTML जब हम यूज़ करते हैं तो हमारा एक टैग होता है meta tag. उसको यूज़ करके हम अपने इस metadata को वेब पेज के साथ एम्बेड कर सकते हैं. सेकेंडली HTML जो डॉक्यूमेंट है आपके पास उससे अलग एक डिप्लॉय कर लीजिए अपने रिसोर्स के साथ ताकि आप उसे डिस्क्राइब कर सकें. Metadata records can be directly created in a database or it can be extracted from any other source like it can be your web page also. And there are few important encoding schemes for this metadata. First is your HTML, that is hypertext markup language. Then comes is SGML, standard generalized markup language, extensible markup language, resource described framework, that is RDF, MARC, machine readable cataloging, and lastly MIME, that is multi-purpose internet mail extension. So these are some encoding scheme which is used by metadata. बिकॉज जो कंप्यूटर प्रोग्राम्स है उन जिन्हें मेटा डाटा को प्रोसेस करना है वो इन कोडिंग्स के थ्रू ही उसे प्रोसेस कर सकते हैं. टोटल डाटा क्वालिटी मैनेजमेंट और TDQM. TDQM is particularly based on demanding cycle versions which has 4 steps: plan, do, check and act. First of all you need to plan. जो प्लान किया है उसे इम्प्लीमेंट करना. देन चेक करना कि जो इम्प्लीमेंट कर रहे हैं वो पर्टिकुलर सही भी है या नहीं और अल्टीमेटली उस चीज़ का क्या इफ़ेक्ट हुआ है. द TDQM directed towards quality of data, and in this we have 4 main steps: defining, measuring, analyzing and improving. First of all, define phase. The define phase has 3 steps. In first step we determine the characteristics of data products, and there are 2 levels to describe the characteristics of the product. First is your highest level and second is lowest level. इन हाईएस्ट लेवल वी डिस्क्राइब द करेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ द टोटल डाटा प्रोडक्ट. मीन्स जिस प्रोडक्ट को हमने कंसीडर किया है उसकी एज अ होल करेक्टरिस्टिक्स को हम फॉलो करते हैं. बट इन द लोएस्ट लेवल वी डिस्क्राइब द एट्रीब्यूट्स ऑफ ईच प्रोडक्ट इंडिविजुअली. सो जब हम इन दोनों चीज़ों को फॉलो कर लेते हैं देन ओनली वी डिटरमाइन द करेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ द टोटल डाटा प्रोडक्ट. लाइक दिस. सबसे ऊपर आपके डाटा प्रोडक्ट्स हैं लेबल, इनवॉइस एंड रिपोर्ट, और नीचे डाटा प्रोडक्ट्स एट्रीब्यूट. मीन्स फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आपका हायर लेवल और उसके नीचे आपके लोएस्ट लेवल. लोएस्ट लेवल के अंदर आपके जो लेबल्स हैं उसके अंदर कंट्री ऑफ ओरिजिन, अकाउंट नंबर, डाटा ये बिलोंग करते हैं. इनवॉइस का जो एट्रीब्यूट्स हैं दैट इज़ डिपेंड ऑन योर प्राइस. एंड if we're talking about report data product then it contains item number, supplier number and your tariff code. So we have data products and then data products attribute. The second step determines the requirement for the data products. Firstly हमने उसकी characteristics को define किया, then हम ये define करते हैं कि उस data product की requirements क्या हैं. And in this we particularly determines the important quality dimension for your data products or attribute by just identifying some details. First is your perceived level of quality in dimension. Secondly, expected level of quality, and lastly the importance of the dimension. So these are 3 main dimensions through which we can identify our quality. The third step is to determine the data manufacturing process. and this particular process contains the data flow from supplier to the user of the data, and it also includes certain processing activities and quality check, so that जो ultimate data आपके पास आने वाला है वो एक quality data हो. So these are three steps covered in defining phase. Firstly, determining the characteristics. Secondly, determining the requirements of the data products. And lastly, determining the data manufacturing process. The next phase is measurement phase. This phase of data quality of dimension identified in the defined phase. And this phase has majorly two steps. The step 1 of the measurement phase selects the proper metric. सबसे पहला काम एक proper metric को decide करना जिसको use करके आप अपनी quality को measure कर सकते हैं. There are 3 quality measure factors. First one is simple ratio, then minimum or maximum operation, and last is your weighted average. The simple ratio is used to measure your ratio of outcomes of a selective variable to your total outcome of that particular variable. रेशो मीन्स जो आपने सिलेक्ट किए हैं और उनका रेशो उसके साथ जो टोटल वेरिएबल्स आपके पास अवेलेबल थे. देन मिनिमम और मैक्सिमम जो कि हम डायमेंशंस हैंडल करते हैं जस्ट ऑन एग्रीगेटिंग आवर ऑल मल्टीपल डाटा क्वालिटी वेरिएबल. And the weighted average is the appropriate when the organization determines the importance of each variable with respect to your overall dimension. So this is the first step of measurement phase. Then there is second step of measurement phase. It measures and present the data. Measurements are conducted based on your determined metrics. जो आपने first phase में metric determine करे हैं उन्हीं के ऊपर हम measurements को conduct करते हैं. The particular term like Pareto charts, which provides an easy way to determine the dimensions that cause most of the problem. The third phase is analysis phase. This phase of total data quality measurement analysis and find out the root cause of the problem in different dimension. एनालिसिस फेज़ मीन्स हमें एनालाइज करना है जितना भी हमने काम किया है. तो एनालाइज फेज़ का मेन पर्पस होता है कि रूट कॉज को ढूंढ के लाना कि जो प्रॉब्लम हम फेस कर रहे हैं अल्टीमेटली उसका कॉज क्या है. इन दिस वी हैव 3 मेथड्स. फर्स्ट इज कॉज इफेक्ट डायग्राम, second is interrelationship diagram, and lastly we have current reality tree. Among these all, cause effect diagram is the most common and easy way to identify the root cause of the problem, and the main goal of this particular step is to find out the answers of the question like what is the problem which is faced by us, or when did it occur, or why did it happen. मीन्स प्रोग्राम जो प्रॉब्लम आपने फेस करी है वो कहाँ से आई, कब अकर हुई और कैसे हुई. सो दीज आर सम एनालिसिस क्वेश्चंस जो हम एनालिसिस फेज के अंदर परफॉर्म करते हैं. लास्ट फेज इज इम्प्रूवमेंट फेज. हमने डिफाइन कर दिया, मेजर कर दिया, मोर ओवर एनालाइज कर दिया. अब देन कम्स योर इम्प्रूवमेंट फेज. दिस फेज एक्सप्लेन्स अबाउट द स्टेप्स दैट आर टेकन बाय ऑर्गेनाइजेशन TDQM, that is Total Data Quality Management Team, to improve the quality and mitigate the existing problem in dimensions. And for implementing this improvement phase, there are 3 steps. First of all is solution generations. Means a purpose of this particular step is used to inform the manufacturing analysis metrics to just generate the solution which required to reduce the problem. Means main emphasis सॉल्यूशंस को जनरेट करने में जिससे कि हम अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स को रिड्यूस कर सकें. सेकेंड इज सिलेक्ट सॉल्यूशन, एंड दिस स्टेप ऑफ इम्प्रूवमेंट फेज डिटरमाइंस द इम्पैक्ट ऑफ सॉल्यूशन and cost to design and implement the solution. Then action plan. In this particular step, we determine the action taken to implement the selected solution. So first of all solutions generate करना, उन solution में से select करना एक perfect solution, and lastly जो आपने solution select किया है उसे planning means action के अंदर लेके आना. So these are 3 steps in your improvement phase, which is the last phase of TDQM. Then comes TDQM team. The data quality management team should be well trained in data quality assessment and management skills. The team consists of team leader, that is a senior executive member of the team who is able to implement chosen solutions. Means जो भी solutions आपने choose करे हैं उसको implementation में लाना team leader का work होता है. Then is team engineer who has the knowledge on the methods, techniques which is used to implement the solution. Then data supplier, which they have to create and collect data from your data product. Data manufacturer, and they have to design, develop and maintain the data and systems infrastructure for your data products. Then data consumer, these are the persons in the team who set data product in their work. And lastly, we have data product managers, and these are the persons in the team who are responsible for managing the entire data product production processes through the data product life cycles. सो इन मेंबर्स को कंबाइन करके ही आपकी TDQM टीम बनती हैं, जिनके पर्सनस के अलग अलग डायमेंशंस या अलग अलग टास्क असाइन हैं और वो रिस्पेक्टिव टास्क को उन्हें परफॉर्म करना होता है. Do it yourself, explain granularity of data. Secondly, explain data partitioning. Thank you. Happy learning. We learning.